FM 88.1 WHPR, Highland Park.
Welcome to Detroit Sports Jersey with your host Will and your co-host, the Water Cooler Guru, FM 88.1 WHPR Power Talk Live Radio. Live call-in number 313-868-3688. Live every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Straight sports talk, no professionals here. Live streaming at FM881WHPR.com.
Welcome to Detroit Sports. I'm your host Will with the Water Cooler Guru, and I would like to thank you for joining us today. We're gonna have a very special caller calling in at 10:10, talking about the NBA. Financial advisor from Georgia. So we welcome his call in at 10:10. Rocco Johnson of L&R Johnson and Associates. But before we get started, I'd like to thank our sponsors.
Good morning. Detroit Sports Jersey is sponsored by three great businesses today. The first one is Candace K, ProsperityVideos.com and CandaceK.com. Powerful anointing miracle videos where your dreams and desires are manifested to experience in your reality. Come join Candace K's Prosperity videos that work. Some videos titled "The Time Is Now," Millionaires Millions, Aligned by Money in My Life, Win, 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 and more. And it's, you spell Candace Kadesskay. The second one is brought to you by Find out why you should jailbreak and unlock your iPhone at www.jailbreakfordummies.com. You won't regret it. The third one is the dislist.com. It's a new online community where you can diss things and disagree with or dislike and share it with your friends in the world. Join the dislist.com today and let the world know your dislike. Okay, back to you, Will, and the Water Cooler Guru.
All right, thank you very much. That was one, anxious caller looking to call in. So, that's how we get busy here. So we're going to start it off with the, NBA. Actually, that was Rocco Johnson calling in from Georgia. So he'll be calling back in a few minutes to discuss, how you can help you out with your financial situation and, talk about how some of the NBA players go broke, within the first, couple of years after they retire. I mean, Guru, are you alive over there? I mean, can you say something?
Well, you're doing all the talking. Good morning, Detroit. I'm back after a week layoff. I know y'all missed me. We had the free agent in sitting in for me. But the basketball is back, and I'm so glad. I'm reading over. I'm not a Pistons fan, unfortunately.
You ain't no Detroit fans, are you?
I like the Red Wings.
Once again, tell me something about hockey. What is the blue line? Get on out of here with that. So you think the Pistons gonna make a trade? I mean, the Clippers interested in Tayshaun.
Yeah, Miami too. A couple teams, but they said they really wasn't going to do too much. So
I'll go to the Clippers if I was him. Play against with Blake Griffin.
Yeah, but he's 31 years old, so I want to go somewhere where there's a possibility of winning right away.
Wait a minute. First of all, ain't no pressure on him. He got one. So once you get one, ain't no pressure on you.
But you want more than one.
I mean, that's
the
true.
The mantle kind of empty.
So what you think he going out of Miami?
Well, not Miami, but Boston, Chicago.
Yeah, Chris Paul said he want to go to the Knicks.
Yeah, he threatened them.
he say that's a joke right there. That whole thing was a joke. That strike. They still doing the same thing they want to do, called the shots.
Yeah. You wonder why they had to strike anyway.
Exactly. It was a waste of time. In the meantime, I think they was raising them prices up. What they make up for that lost time. What you say?
Hey, well, they're playing 66 games, so they're making up, they're only going to lose, 16 games. So.
Yeah, because they got the first, 5 opening up on Christmas Day?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Well, they give us 5 games for today.
And so what do you think the Pistons are going to do this year?
They ain't going to make the playoffs. I'll put them up in the top 3 lottery draft pick. Do you got them going, do you got them in the top 10? I got them in the top 3.
Yeah, they're going to be at the bottom.
You think they're going to make the playoffs?
No.
How you think?
Even though the East and the bottom half of the conference is kind of weak, because Indiana made the playoffs last year under 500, but I still don't see the Pistons making it. They'll probably fall a few games short. But they might surprise me because they're really not that bad.
What you think the rookie gonna do, Brandon Knight from Kentucky?
Well, really, I don't want to. Time will tell. I mean, he looked good in college, but he only played 1 year. So you gamble when you take them guys out of college, after only one season.
That sounds like trade bait. They get rid of Stuckey. And what's his name? Charlie Vanilla. Villanueva. He don't impress me at all. He don't impress me at all. They need to get rid of him.
Ben Gordon.
They need to use that new embassy. Embassy.
Well, they say they're not going to use it. Because I think you only can use it once during the life of the contract. So if they use it, they can't use it no more, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you got to be a fool to go pay some money.
Yeah, but they got a couple of guys, with 3 of them that fits the category. So
if I was a Pistons fan, I'm not paying $1 to go see that team until they make some moves and changes. Why I want to go see some players that don't even want to be on the team?
Yeah, but for some reason, Detroit fans, they like stuff like that. Look at the Lions fans.
Yeah, there you go. Knock the Detroit fans again.
Well, I'm not trying to knock them, but, losing is okay with them.
I can imagine what you're going to say on the Sue situation later on in the show. And,
Sue?
And then the Detroit Lions.
When he stumbled and tried to get his balance?
Yeah, we'll get off into that a little bit later on in this show, you silly.
I want to go off the path a little bit. We got to I want to give a congratulations out to Thomas Welcher for being Coach of the Year, high school football in the state of Michigan. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah.
Since we got some haters out there.
Oh, yeah, well, we got our idiots for the week. We're going to talk about that later on in the show.
I just thought I'd just lead into that.
Give
them saying you might want to call in and hate on that, too, in case you missed it, buddy.
Yeah, we'll get back exactly to that situation about that hate mail, that they got over at Cash Tech.
It's really sad.
Like I told you yesterday, I think it was about money. It don't have nothing to do with race, but we can agree to disagree.
Exactly.
No bubbles, no troubles.
They need to look at the White House.
He said, hey, so we're gonna have this guy calling in from Georgia about how NBA players, go broke within their first few years.
They try to live too large, man. I mean, most of them come from.
You say what?
I say they're living too large. Most of them come from backgrounds like us. They're just regular
looked
people.
around like you saw a ghost. What was
no,
that?
you don't want to look out.
What was that all about?
I thought it was the guy from that wrote the letter, man.
Silly. He thought he done showed up.
All right. With the old sawed-off double-barrel shotgun.
Okay. So you say the NBA players live too large?
They live too large. I mean, they come from, most of them, I ain't going to say all of them come from, bad or low income. But, we'll just say medium income. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then when they get to the NBA, all of a sudden now, they want, a house with, 25 bathrooms. They want 80 cars and, you know what I mean? I mean, come on now.
See, like I told you before, my biggest thing is I don't think they can count that high when it comes to the millions. For real. Because my thing is this. Why do stuff get repossessed? Why are you paying notes? Why not just buy it?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a car, $50,000, why are you, paying notes on this car? If you really like this car and you want this car, why are you paying notes? And then next thing you know, you in the paper done got repossessed.
Because they want 20 of them.
Excuse me. You say of different colors, same car, different colors. She say you don't want one, ain't good enough.
No.
And then trying to buy 2 or 3 for everybody in the family each.
Right, and then they got the entourage they want to take care of. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the hanger oners. Yeah, you right about that. You right about that. So yeah, the gentleman he'll be calling in from Georgia here in a minute.
And then I think it goes back to education too, because they're showing their true colors because. You get into an arena that you're not familiar with, like they want to invest and let other people invest their money. Why would you ever? Granny told me you don't let nobody else count your money.
Who told you that?
Granny.
Will Granny be calling in?
No, unfortunately, Granny can't call in. But that rule of thumb should always be. I mean, you hear players all the time. My agent, or they spent all my money. I gave them power of attorney. Granny told you, don't let nobody count your money.
Hey, just like that agent told Michael Vick, he said, you know what your friend's job is? Not to work, but their job is to get money out of you.
Exactly.
That's their job. That's why they follow you around
You let
all
them
day
guys
long.
they make no move without you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You don't let people get control of your money.
This is true. This is true.
And that's how you end up broke.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, when you can't count, like I said, that plays a factor in role. And come on, you taking gym.
But the killing point of this, you done went through your first 18 years of your life, probably hadn't seen $100,000. Now you get $100 million. All of a sudden now you got to be an investment banker on Wall Street. I'm confused here.
And throwing out any names, we know a player that was like that was in the NBA. Went to a well-known college here locally. Let's take this call. I think this is the caller calling in to talk about the financial advisor. Thank you for calling Detroit Sports, Judge. How can I help you?
Hey, this is Ronco Johnson calling from Atlanta.
Oh, thanks for calling in, and I'm nice to hear from you.
Good morning, Ronco.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing?
All right. We thank you for joining us today.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Okay, then. So you calling in to talk about the financial situation of NBA players, how they go broke in the first couple of years of retirement, or getting injured out of the league, and also to help people out with their financial, give
How
some.
about we just talk about sports figures in general?
Okay, we can stick to that. So what would you like to start off with?
Are we live now?
Yes, we're live. You're on the air live now.
Fantastic. Well, right now, as you guys are talking, is we're talking about lights out moments here in Atlanta. One of the things I like to talk about is when the lights go out, are you ready for them? And being a former athlete myself, one of the things that most of the younger players and athletes and also entertainers, they don't look for is that lights out moment. You know what I mean?
Exactly. They living for the moment right then and there. They don't think about the future.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. So they, you hit on point there. They really need to think about the future instead of now and spending all that money, just blowing it rather.
Well, and there's a lot of things that come with not just so much the money, but understanding that what their role is. Once you sign a contract, you're a corporation in itself. And our experience has been that if we can talk to these athletes in their early years, most of the guys that we talk to are retired, but in their early years, they understood that, okay, what their brand is, when I come into a large sum of money, what taxes are really all about, and understand that they don't want to be in the next magazine or print or radio show talking about they spent $60 million and they only have a mink coat left.
What'd you say? That's all they got is a mink coat after.
That's right. And that's a lights out moment.
Exactly.
When you get an opportunity to sign a $20-30 million endorsement deal, or even if you're playing for league minimum, you're in a very high tax bracket, which is very close to half of your income. And taxes is not something that everyone wants to talk about. So here at L.R. Johnson and Associates in Atlanta, that's what we do. We have that discussion with these individuals and help them plan for lights out moments while their lights are on.
So y'all basically go around talking to like the rookies that's coming into the leagues to try to have them to get a grip on their financial situation for the long haul?
Well, what we've talked to rookies, we've talked to retired players, and it's interesting. We took a group of retired players to Vegas in early June, and this particular network of players, they're looking for franchises and investors and what have you. And one of the reasons we took them out there is if you're going to get involved in a franchise, if you're going to put your money in other places outside of the sports arena, you have to have a true understanding of how business really works. And just owning a business is not like owning a car. It can sit there, and when you turn it on, hopefully it turns on.
Exactly.
A business can actually drown your finances. And because you're the figurehead, unfortunately, you're going to take the hit in the public if it doesn't succeed. And we know that 90% of businesses do what in their first 5 years? Fail. So we start to talk to them about positioning their assets a little differently. NBA, NFL alike. In our seminar, we talked about who owns the key person insurance on their family. See, when they sign their contracts, most people don't understand that when a company gives you a certain amount of money, if I give you $5 million, I'm expecting you to perform, right?
Exactly.
Okay? And if I gave you $5 million, we're expecting you to help us make about, what, $40 million at least?
Oh yeah, if I'm giving you $5 million, I'm expecting to make some money off of you. That's how the leagues work.
Exactly.
You know, and they ain't coming out of their pockets with this. This is, like you said, this is a business investment.
Exactly. And you have to remember, a large majority of these young men are from urban households. They don't come from very large financial means. So some of the financial topics that we're talking about to a 21, 22-year-old, they can't go home and ask your mom and dad what did they do because it's on a different level. And we start to ask them, say, you know, when you signed your contract, did you know that company has what they call key man insurance on you? So when you sign that policy or sign your contract, what they're saying is, if you break this contract or you live, die, or become disabled a little too early, we have this policy on you. And unfortunately, the guys don't understand that policy doesn't belong to them. There's no death benefits that goes to the family. It goes to the league that they play for.
Oh, wow. Okay, then.
And so when you stop and really think about that, just to get your attention, if you think about where the NFL and the NBA were playing years ago and how it's developed into this wonderful marketing machine, well, yes, dollars come from fans and dollars come from the revenues, but there's also dollars that come from individuals that have passed on. And, you know, when you think about it, just like the military, the early years, you're younger, you're healthier, and insurance premiums are lower. So they buy the insurance on them a little early while they're young and they're healthy. But guess what? They only play in the league 8 to 10 years. 50 years from now, who owns the policy?
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right. Let me ask you a question. The players that get them big contracts, let's say $50 million to $100 million or whatever. My thing, me and the water cooler guru, we got a debate go on here that shouldn't they just really just put that money in the bank and just live off the interest? I mean, if you're not, because let's keep it real. Most of these guys that go to college are not going for business. So one thing, they do not understand the business world. That's number one that gets them into trouble.
Right.
You know, so I think that if I got $100 million contract, that's just like, for instance, if I go out here and put $1 on the lottery and win $100 million off of $1, why would I need to keep investing when I can just put that money in the bank and just live off the interest? If I'm not familiar with business, I have no mind or no concept of, you know, what the business world is all about. And see, that's another thing these people do. They talking about they want to live in the business world and have a business and be rich in that. See, first of all, you have to live, if you want to be a millionaire and stay living like a millionaire, you have to live your life like a millionaire. You have to get up early in the morning, and have your mind, body, and soul prepared for everything that's going on for that day, for, your financial. You have to read the Wall Street Journal. You have to read Forbes magazine. You just can't just sit around, I want to be rich. It just don't happen like that.
No, you're right. Well, before I answer that question, Will, let me preface to your audience why you have me on the show. I'm a member of the $1 Million Roundtable. And in the $1 Million Roundtable, or MDRT, it recognizes the top 2% of insurance and financial service advisors globally, over 76 countries. I happen to be a member of the top of the table, which is the top 0.5% of insurance and financial advisors globally. So what I'm about to say to you might not always strike the chord of some of your listeners because it's probably off the meter of what we're talking about. The issue is above a checking and savings account. Number one, if you got $5 million, or $30 million, or $50 million, you're right. You could live off of that interest. But you show me a guy with $50 million, I'll show you a guy with a $50 million tax problem.
What you said? You said $50 million tax problem?
$50 million tax problem. Now, here's the question. How do you resolve a $20, $25, $23 million tax problem? Most people don't answer that question. Because once you start to answer that question, the athlete himself has to be educated by their advisors. And I think there is a misconception that you got sports agents and you got investment advisors who want to take your money and dump it into their stocks, bonds, or what have you. But there's people like myself that look at more comprehensive planning. Okay. And in the comprehensive planning of it, we're looking at, okay, are you incorporated? You know, some of these guys have their families and friends that work with them, but they're giving money away instead of having a corporation. And if they had a corporation, they can employ their family.
Yeah.
Mom can eat, dad can eat, put them on salary. I got checks and balances.
Exactly.
None of my money is going away. But also I can get some tax deductions as a business person while I'm still playing ball. Another thing, you see these guys that start to talk about foundation. I believe that I'm a believer in when we set people up, they have to be able to be willing to give back to the community from which they came from.
Okay.
And if they're able to do that, setting up a foundation is a huge tax advantage to them as well. So if I just made $50 million and I got a $20 million tax problem, and I got my mom, my dad, my uncle, my friends working, I got them on health care, benefits, I got a salary that I'm paying them, I'm reducing my tax bracket through my business. And then whatever I got left over, maybe I have a foundation. Well, I might donate $2-3 million to my own foundation. Well, that's a tax write-off. That's a deduction. So some of these planning methods are well beyond just putting your money in the checking account and saving money.
Oh, okay, then. That sounds...
So when we get to that point, when the lights go out, are you ready? And Guru, you're gonna like this one. When the lights go out, are you ready means you're only one play away from having to transition to life after professional sports.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And there's no other business that really pays like the business that they're in. So if they can transition, learn to use their names, their brands, and have their business set up like the Fortune 1000 companies in America behind the scenes. More players will go living a life of significance rather than a life of misery.
You're right about that, Rocco. I agree with you 100%. You know, everybody is one play away, like you say, from being in the real world. so are you, like you said, are you ready for when the lights go out?
So that's the stuff we talk about. We do financial literacy workshops, not just for athletes, but for the average individual too, because what's happening is the majority of your listeners don't play professional ball. But they want to be like the professional ball players. They want the rims, they want the cars, they want the houses. Well, you also need to have the financial advice of some of the best people in America. And it's not the banking system. I hate to say it. I'm an insurance professional. I believe in the product because 100% of the people we talk to die. Exactly. And once you start talking about the guarantees in life, it makes all the what-ifs easier to handle.
Yeah,
you know, we already know that the insurance and financial service industry is the largest in the world. They back the bank.
You're right about that. 100% correct about that. So I tell you what, Rocco Johnson, we really appreciate you calling in. And, you know, like I said, we're going to pass out the information on how people can, you know, contact you. You know, you got your phone number and everything. So we're going to give this out to our listening audience so they can give you a call. We also got your address also.
Do we have a website?
Yes, sir. Do you mind if I give that to you?
Just straight website, yeah.
Website, www.lrj-associates.com.
Give it out again one more time, Rocco.
www.lrj-associates.com.
All right, tell the good people down there in Atlanta, Georgia. My partner, Water Cooler Guru, used to live down there in Atlanta.
Live down there, yeah.
Down this way, man. The weather's fantastic. Yeah. And we're going to give the Texans a little bit of run for their money today.
Okay, yeah, I got family down there in Georgia.
Yeah.
When you come back through, make sure you stop through and say hello.
All right, then, man.
Okay.
Hey, thank you guys for having me.
And good luck.
And when the lights go out, make sure your team is ready.
I heard that, Rocco. Thank you once again for calling in. We appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Goodbye. All right. That was Rocco from Atlanta. Appreciate him calling in. We're gonna give out his information a little bit later, so people can get in contact with him and talk about his help you out with the financial situation. Man, I'm about to go to jail on the air. Man, I can't even fake that now. I'm to hear you have to call the police in a minute. Oh, excuse me.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a break here and go over to our sponsors and let you know what's going on with you. Now, a word from our sponsors.
Thank you, Will. Candace K's ProsperityVideos.com and CandaceK.com. Powerful anointing miracle videos where your dreams and desires are manifest to experience in your reality. Come join Candace K's Prosperity's videos that works on video titled "The Time Is Now, Millionaire Millions, Allowing Big Money in My Life, Win, Win, Win," and more. It's KANDESSKAY. The Diss List is a new online community where you can diss things you disagree with or dislike. To share in with your friends in the world, join the disslist.com today and let the world know your dislikes. Find out why you should jailbreak and unlock your iPhone on www.jailbreakfordummies.com. You won't regret it. Rocco Johnson of LR Johnson Associates Inc., Sandy Plains Rose, Building 3, Suite 210, Mary A, Georgia, 770-321-1337. Thank you, Will. Back to you and the Word of Guru.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, you got one more life. You can hang around for a minute.
We appreciate all that.
But could you really, just stay with the show for a second? Could you just hang in there for a minute? All right. Next topic, we're going to get into the college football. Feel free, let me just give out the number, 313-868-3688, 313-863-3688. Let me get that number out again because I think I messed up. 313-868-3688. Call in if you have any questions about any topic.
Or anything that you would like to say, defend your Lions. Or if you want to win, we do have a contest.
I was about to ask you, still giving away that money?
Yeah, I'm trying to give away the money, man.
Giving away the money, huh?
The wife get it every week. I mean, hey.
All right, okay, let's jump into the college. Give a shout out first, locals.
Yeah, we want to give a shout out to Wayne State. Oh. This is the first year they made the playoffs for the Division II National Championship, and now they'll play for the semifinals because they won yesterday. They beat the defending champions, Minnesota Duluth, 31-25, and next week they'll play Winston-Salem, which is undefeated, 11-0 in the semifinals. And we'd like to support Wayne State.
Well, yeah, most definitely. Like I said, 94 years, school history, never been into the playoffs. And first time they made the Final Four. Come on now, let's give a shout out to them. Pay some love,
And Michigan State played in the first Big Ten championship game. Michigan State went down with a brilliant fight. I mean, the game went all the way down to the wire, and they ended up losing 42-39. But we'd like to, give a shout out to them and congratulations on a great season. And they still have a bowl to go to, so congratulations to Michigan State.
Yeah, once again, that was a great game. I mean, a great game. I
don't mind losing when you go out fighting.
Exactly. They went out fighting.
They didn't go out like our buddy.
Who is your buddy? You gonna call him out? you gonna
I may have to look over to the door. I might be a wild, crazy man out there.
Oh, you talking about the idiot of the week? Actually, I got a few of them idiots of the week, but I think I'm gonna keep it to one or two. I got a few.
Where's my
itinerary?
Keep moving my itinerary. Yeah.
Yeah. So what bowl game you think Michigan State gonna end up playing in?
Well, unfortunately, the loser of the Big Ten championship really gonna get slighted because I think Michigan probably is gonna move in and get a BCS bid. Hopefully.
You think they gonna jump Michigan State, even though Michigan State beat them this year?
Yeah. For some reason, that means nothing to the college guys. You can beat somebody and you look up and they're ahead of you in the polls. I'm confused on that one.
What you say? That don't mean nothing.
That don't mean a thing.
Yeah. So, oh, you know what? Matter of fact,
You got to read your comment.
what?
Because
Oh yeah.
I really do not want to see Alabama and LSU in a rematch.
Oh yeah, and speaking of that, let me tell you what Nick Saban said a few years ago, and he's on
quoting
record,
Nick.
and he's on record as saying this: if you don't win your conference championship, you shouldn't be playing for a national championship.
And hold it, not only did he not win the conference championship, he didn't win the division.
So, but he want to be playing for the national champion. Now, these words out of his mouth, I didn't make these up. These words he said.
Asked him that today. I bet you changed his mind.
You know, you. I think what I'm gonna do is take a break over here and, you know, I think I'm gonna turn this show over to you. I got something to deal with over here off the air. My God, it's hard to find good help. And I found this person walking down the street with a help wanted sign out today, trying to give somebody a job. See what I'm saying? Trying to give somebody a job.
Take him out the rain.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, either you gonna deal with me or you gonna deal with Bing. Which one you gonna deal? Oh my God, it's hard to find good help. Jesus. All right, back to the college. So you don't think who you think Oklahoma?
Oklahoma State to me should get a shot.
Yeah, they made a statement yesterday.
Yeah, they made a great statement. Even though they lost.
And Houston got whooped like no tomorrow. Yeah, so man. You know they out the picture.
It cost me on my ticket, Joe.
Oh, you took that?
Yeah.
Oklahoma State, man, 40-10. Yeah, they made a statement. They was making a statement.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I don't want to see Alabama and LSU again. I don't see no change in outcome. Matter of fact, I see LSU mauling them because if you can't score a touchdown at your own house, I mean, what makes you think you're going to do anything better on the neutral field? I just don't see it.
Yeah, this is true, you know. And that's another thing, too. You know, it would have been so bad if they, you know, would score some points, but field goals. Ain't not only just field goals, but you missing field goals.
You missed 4 field goals at home.
Yeah, this is true. So you're right. I don't want to see that matchup either. I'd rather see Oklahoma State go, you know, get a chance.
Exactly.
You know, fair is fair. And especially after the coach that's going to be playing in the championship game made this statement that you shouldn't even be playing. So why?
So we want to hold him to his word.
Yeah. So why are you there?
We don't want to make a liar.
You know, be a man. Step back. Let another team get a chance.
He should refuse it.
What she say? Exactly. You know, so feel free to call in. You know, 313-868-3688. Oh, this gonna get ugly in the studios today.
Call in and win some money.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get on. You know, down to the nitty and the gritty. You know, let's jump over here to the pros, the Lions. You know, the big topic, of course, is Sue.
Maybe one of these Lions fans can explain that stumble that he did last Thursday. It was a stumble, and explain to me. I saw the video. Sue said if you saw the video, you could see that he was falling and tried to get his balance.
You know, another reason I'm glad he didn't get the 2-game suspension, you know, upheld or whatever, overturned. He never apologized to the player.
I know.
You know, you apologize to everybody. What about the man you stomped on? When is he gonna get his apology?
He must have deserved it.
You know, I mean, for real, when are you gonna get? When is he gonna get his?
Maybe that was Joe Paul's nephew.
You know, come on. No. And then they got New Orleans coming up here Sunday night. How you think they gonna do?
Well, I'll let you pick that game first.
Oh, well, when I get to the pitch, let me get back to this Sue thing, though. I'm gonna tell you one of my idiots of the week, Isaiah Thomas. Did you hear what he said?
No.
He said,
when did he become a football expert?
Let me get this right, because I want to make sure, Zeke, I get this right on you. His exact words was, Sue was a victim of playing in a blue-collar city with a bad reputation while competing against the best. His age is a reason he is a victim. Oh, Zeke, come on. Are you serious? He's 24 years old. That's the excuse you going to use for stomping on somebody? So everybody 24 years old, Isaiah, can go around stomping on people, and that's the excuse you going to use?
And hold on. I'm just going to say roughly, $40 to $50 million contract he signed. That's not blue collar to me. Blue collar is $11 an hour.
You know?
Let's keep it real.
Yeah, you should see my paycheck. That's blue collar. You were talking about blue collar.
Give me $50 million. I'm not mad at nobody.
Yeah, he's talking about something. He's a victim. I mean, that's just like me meeting a girl.
Well, why can't we be victims?
I mean, that's just like, listen, that's just like me meeting a girl at a bar, right? You know, we go back to my place. I done got her drunk and I raped her. So I'm a victim because I'm drunk. Come on now.
You're
Come
a
on,
victim.
that sounds
Like
idiotic.
you're a victim.
That sounds idiotic, Isaiah, for real. Come on now. Don't get us. Stay with what you know. Ruining franchises.
That's what he's good at. Ask the New Yorkers.
Yeah, stick with you. No, you know you good at. You know, like I said, going around ruining franchises and organizations. Don't put your comment on this if you're gonna say he's a victim.
We want to get some Lions fans to call in, please. 313-868-3688. We want to hear your views on the
I thought
Lions.
Longhorn was gonna be calling in and giving his
picks.
Yeah, his picks and
Who did he pick last week?
I don't know. The free agent wrote his picks down. He's supposed to be calling in to give his results also. But obviously they home sleep.
No, maybe they called in while Rocco was on the phone. So maybe they'll retry.
Oh, okay. Cause Rocco was out there giving some, nice advice, But before we get into the next topic and move on with this Sue thing, we're gonna, hear another word from our sponsor. Hopefully we can hear it right this time. So we're gonna go on over here. Get with our sponsors, Detroit Sports Jersey. Feel free to call in 313-868-3688. And now a word from our sponsor. I mean, there's somebody over there forcing her. I mean, there's a gun on her head to do this job. I mean, seriously, is there a gun? I mean, is this a slave camp we running here? I mean, a sweatshop? I mean, is that?
She's a victim.
Yeah, I mean, is it that hard?
She's a victim. Yeah, she's a victim.
I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to break up the union.
You sound like Dave.
I mean, oh my God. I mean, she just make it sound so hard. All right, let's get back to this NBA and
with the Lions.
What you think they gonna do tonight?
Lose.
You say they gonna lose?
Yep. And it's gonna be ugly.
Blowout. Finals 20 over 20 under 20.
35-7.
35-7.
35-7.
Yeah, I say 48 to. I'll give you a field goal. I'll give you Lions fans. Call in if you want to, 313-868-3688 and defend your lovely Lions.
And the only blessing that they got is Chicago lost their quarterback. The Giants' schedule is brutal. So they still got an outside chance.
All right, let's take a caller here.
Might be a victim.
Thank you for calling Detroit Sports Jersey. Name and where you calling from.
What's up? This is Hook'em Horn from Texas.
Oh, Hook'em Horn. You calling in to give up your results from last week?
Yeah, I missed you last week, man.
I know you missed me while I could grow. You was out there sobbing over that loss in Ohio. I know you're going to better get to Michigan, man.
No, I didn't.
You said you lost money on Michigan. That's what you
Yeah,
said.
because of the points. They didn't cover the point spread.
Point spread is a win or loss.
No. The point spread, G. Money point. This is Las Vegas, G. They're supposed to win by 7.
I shouldn't say this, but the guru got a gambling problem. He got to get it down to the exact point.
Right. I didn't bet against Michigan. They didn't cover the point spread. Winning ain't enough.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, well, I went, for my picks, I went 8 for 4.
8 for 4?
Yeah.
How'd you?
You mean it was 15 games last week?
No, 15. What are you talking about, man?
It was 15 games. So you were 8
okay,
and 4.
well, the other 3 I must have missed.
Oh, okay. All right.
And this is who again? Longhorn.
Hey, hook 'em horns off from the ATX, man. Texas. You better ask somebody.
Oh, okay, it is. So you got your...
Hey, and what's wrong with Zeke, man?
Well, I don't know. What's his problem for making that comment? I'm confused also.
Hey, you know what's the trip? If they would have said that back when there was the bad boys about him and his boys, he'd have been all on their head crying about it.
So you know what my thing is, thinking about it, I guess he was a victim when they walked off the court and didn't shake Chicago's hand. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was 24 in, too?
He's, so I guess he was...
the age bracket on victims now.
I guess he was... Go ahead.
You call in, the guy who called in, Rocco?
Yes.
Yeah, he made a lot of sense. I'm about to look up his website, see what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I got my picks now. Water Cool Guru, don't try to take my names, because I heard you talking about looked on your website.
So you say you went 8 and 4 last week?
Yeah, and I had Denver whooping up on that team, and Water Cool Guru, I'm sorry you lost that pick, brother man.
You said you took Denver?
Remember last week I picked Denver, y'all talking about I'm not a Tebow fan?
Oh, yeah, Tebow was dead. You did, Guru, call him out on that one.
Well, I'm picking, testing, hello? Is I'm on?
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm taking Denver this week.
But
they play in Minnesota. I mean,
you're a flip-flopper. Come on. Still quit one
You
team.
go with the wind blow.
Exactly.
All right, hey, well, here go my picks, and I only got, let me tell you that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go.
Go ahead.
And my wife let me pick these out, so they're guaranteed winners.
All righty then. All right. Here for the young lady over there.
All right, here we go. I got Tennessee over Buffalo.
Okay.
I got Chi-Town, Chicago over Kansas City.
Okay.
I got Houston over ATL. Sorry about that, Rocco. They're going down.
I don't think so. I'm going with ATL, baby. I got family down there.
They ain't even got no quarterback in Houston, do they?
Nope.
Hey, they ain't got no quarterback, but they ain't got no point spread coming either.
Okay, go ahead with your picks.
Okay, I got Oakland over Miami.
Okay, Oaktown.
I'm going for Denver, not Tebow, but the Broncos over Minnesota. What's up with Minnesota, man?
Well, I don't know. They got rid of McNabb. They dropped him like a bad habit, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about time, though.
I thought Chicago was going to pick him up. He's sitting back on the, come on, man, look what they got in Chicago.
Houston, too.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's still out of a job. I ain't saying he all that, but come on. You got
what they got.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, and I got New England over, of course, Indiana, which
wow. Come on now.
Go on out on the limb and have an upset.
Right.
Take Indy.
No, I ain't going with this, though. They going 0-16, man. I see that the writing on the wall.
Okay, now go ahead.
I got the steel curtain over Cincy.
Okay.
And I got Carolina over Tampa Bay.
All righty.
And my upset, I got Washington beating the Jets.
Oh, that's your upset pick?
Yep.
All right.
I got Baltimore over Cleveland.
B More?
Huh?
I said you got B More, right?
I got B More over the Browns.
Okay.
And even though I'm not a fan of this team, I said Dallas over Arizona.
Dallas over Arizona. That's your wait a minute. Whoa, Longhorn, a frog. Whoa, ain't you from Texas?
America's team?
You giving up on your team?
I was a Dallas fan, man. That's like me saying I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
Yeah, neither one of us ever say that. You right. Good point. Well taken.
Let me go over your picks so far. You got Chicago over Kansas City, Houston over Atlanta, Denver over Minnesota, Carolina over Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh over Cincinnati, Washington over the Jets. Then you got Oakland over Miami, Tennessee over Buffalo, New England over Indianapolis, Baltimore over Cleveland, and Dallas over Arizona.
But you know what? I'm going to switch that Dallas. I'm going to go with Arizona. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, come on. Make up your mind. You're a flip-flopper.
I'm like the guru.
Oh, you still in the guru mode? He's still in the...
And what about Green Bay and the Giants?
Green Bay, of course, over the Giants.
Oh, yeah, that's a give me right there.
And I got the Niners swooping up on the Rams. You know how that is.
Okay. Well, I'm a Niners fan, number one fan. I agree with you on that.
You taking Detroit to beat New Orleans?
Heck, I'm taking, as Will said last week, Orleans. How you say it, Will?
Narlands. It's Narlands. You got to say it right. Narlands. You got to take Narlands.
And I'm taking my next upset is going to be Jacksonville over San Diego.
Oh, well, they neither one of them. They play. How did that become a is that
Monday night?
Yeah, oh my God. They need
San Diego did good last year. Well, not good, but
2 years ago. Come on, let's
3-18 playing a 4-17. What kind of Monday night football is that?
You probably be watching Lifetime, won't you? Tell the truth, won't you? Tell the truth. You'll be tuning in to Lifetime Monday night, won't you? Because I know you ain't gonna watch this game.
Between Michigan State and Wisconsin.
Oh, that was a good game. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. I thought the boys the Spartans gonna pull it out, man.
Yeah, they went down. Hey, what did you say earlier? They don't mind going out with a good fight.
Yeah,
you know?
You lose with a good fight. I ain't
yeah, that is.
Even though I did pick Wisconsin.
They better look out for Cousins, and then and that boy Bell, they running back, tailback. And they better look out for number 99. That dude's going to play.
Oh, yeah, he's a beast. I forgot his name, but I know exactly who. Yeah, he was clowning on him last night.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, where the franchise at? I mean, not franchise. Where the free agent at?
Oh, free agent, he's out today. He was just sitting in for the Guru. Guru has.
We'll have him back later on.
He'll be back. On the show. Hosting future.
I tell him I don't understand how he lives in Detroit and wears a Padres jersey.
What you say? Well, when he get back on the show, call in and you and him can go over there. Maybe you can be his.
On the other side of the world, man.
You say Padres. What? You say what?
Isn't the Padres on the other side of the world? Well, you got a Padres and you from Detroit. And that's a West Coast team?
Yeah, San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego.
I got a Padres jersey, too. I got a Winfield. He a legend.
I bet the Guru got everybody's jersey from the NBA, ABL, OAG, all of them. I think he got them all. DOA. He got a jersey for every occasion.
All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get out the phone here and let y'all go and talk about what y'all ready to talk about. But I'm glad the NBA strike is over.
I am.
And I look forward to the Bulls whooping up on some people this year.
The Miami Heat.
Yeah, I'm glad.
The Heat is on, baby.
Man, the Heat ain't going nowhere, bro.
We'll see. The Heat is on.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see how the spread goes.
I'm going wherever Phil going.
Phil's going to retire.
There you go then.
Well, then the next big stop is Pat Riley.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
All right, now. I'll let y'all later.
All right, take it easy, Longhorn. Feel free to call in again.
Until next week.
Call in next week for your picks update.
That's right. I'm having my wife call in next time.
All righty now. All right.
All right.
Put a little soul music
Later.
on. Good night. Good night. There you go.
That's 313-868-3688. Call in, Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Now we're going to jump over here again from a word for our sponsors before we get up off the air here. So, oh, God. So now a word from our sponsors. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks for the sponsors. Thanks for the sponsors today. Let's just jump right in. We only got a few minutes left for the show. About the picks. Let me get your picks, Water Cooler Guru.
Okay. First of all, we'll start off, and I ain't even gonna lie. I picked Philly over Seattle Thursday night, and Philly let me down. I got New Orleans taking Detroit, Chicago over Kansas City, Atlanta over Houston, Denver over Minnesota. I hated to pick Tebow, but Minnesota's bums. Tampa Bay over Carolina, Pittsburgh over Cincinnati, the Jets beating Washington, Miami beating Oakland.
Okay, Guru, I guess your picks is up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for calling Detroit Sports Jersey. Name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Nashville, Jeffrey.
Uh-oh, Country Jeffrey.
Uh-oh, Jeff, we missed you, boy.
What's been going on with you, Country Jeffrey?
Ain't doing nothing working, sir.
Oh, okay, then. What type of work do you do?
I'm a dishwasher.
You a dishwasher? Okay, well, hey, people got to eat off clean dishes. Nothing wrong with that.
That's our blue collar. This is our blue collar here.
Hey, hold on 1 second, Country Jeffrey. Just stay on hold. I'm gonna let the Guru finish giving out his picks. You got some picks you want to give out this week?
And what?
Okay, Country Jeffrey. Over to the Guru.
Just hold on 1 second.
Hold on. Just stay on hold.
I got Buffalo beating Tennessee, New England beating Indianapolis, Baltimore beating Cleveland, San Francisco over St. Louis, Dallas over Arizona, and Green Bay crushing the Giants.
All right, give my picks. I went 11-5 last week, 23-7 so far for the season. And here's my picks for this week. Of course, I took Seattle, the Thursday night game, so I, won that one.
Yeah, right. I don't believe
Of course, I'm going to take New Orleans over Detroit, the Bears over Kansas City. I'm taking Atlanta over Houston, Minnesota. This is my upset pick. I'm taking Minnesota over Denver, Tampa Bay over Carolina, the Steelers over the Cincinnati. I'm taking the Jets over the Redskins, Oakland over Miami. That's my other upset pick. I mean, I'm taking Miami over Oakland.
Yeah, I thought you wanted mine just like I did.
Tennessee over Buffalo, New England over Indy. I'm taking Baltimore over Cleveland. Of course, I got to take my Frisco over the Rams, Dallas over Arizona, Packers, of course, over the Giants. And on Monday night, who cares about this game? But I'm going to take San Diego over the Jacksonville. You taking Jacksonville? All right. Hey, Country Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
All right, you still there, huh?
Yeah, are y'all thinking who's going to win the game?
Yes.
Yeah, we was picking them.
Yeah, we was picking, who.
Unless you want to win some money, Country Jeffrey.
No, I already know, I don't know.
You don't know what? If you want some money?
Yeah, I want some money.
Oh, we just ain't giving it away. You got to play the contest.
Okay, come on with the contest, because I'm trying to cook some breakfast right now.
You trying to do what?
Oh, he cooking breakfast.
I thought he said he was cooking some brothers.
I said he cooking breakfast, man. I'm cooking no brothers. I don't want to be a part of that. Now, I'm not a witness.
All right, go ahead with the Guru. We're going to ask you some questions. Try to win this $50.
Unless you just, what is your picks for this week, Country Jeffrey?
I'm playing.
Okay.
Everybody.
Okay, Tennessee is at Buffalo. Who you think gonna win between Tennessee and Buffalo?
You want the Tigers?
The Tigers?
Yeah.
My man, baseball season is over.
No, the Tennessee Tigers.
I thought he said the Tigers.
No, the Tigers.
Oh, okay.
Tennessee, I'm going to go with the Tigers.
Okay.
Tennessee.
Good move, good move. How about Indy and New England?
The one with New England.
How about, I'm got to get this one. How about Denver and Minnesota?
The one with Denver.
All right, T-Bow. T-Bow, I like that.
Are you keeping track of Country Jeffrey picks?
No. How about Detroit and New Orleans?
The one with New Orleans. I don't know. Detroit been kind of slacking, ain't it?
Yeah, true that.
I got to give you an A for that one, Jeffrey. Green Bay and the Giants.
Oh, man. Green Bay been doing kind of good, but I like Green Bay, but I'm out to ride with them time. What they at?
Oh, now I'm writing that one down. they in New York.
You know Green Bay undefeated.
No man, I don't know. They going with New York. They going down to
Country
New York.
Jeffrey going out on the limb.
You going out on? I like that. I like you. Yeah, you got some courage there. You picked the Giants. All right. All right, Jeff. We're running out of time here.
We appreciate you calling in, Jeffrey. Country Jeffrey. Call back in next week. We're gonna give you an update on your picks.
And
Okay.
and do some studying, man, and we'll try to let you win some money next week.
All right, sir. Okay.
You got any final questions or comments before you go?
No, I don't comments. I already know they're going to win the game. Who played today?
We just went off of that, Country Jeffrey.
Y'all know who played the game today? Football come on there, huh? I think the Titans play today, don't they?
All right, man. Finish cooking breakfast, man.
Or brothers, or whichever one you doing down there, Country Jeffrey. You finish cooking them brothers, and we look forward to hearing from you next week.
All right, see y'all later, man.
All right, man. I don't know what y'all missing, Detroit. 313-868-3688.
Oh, God, Country Jeff.
I love Jeff, man. That's my man. That's my man calling.
All right, we was gonna get in on the topic. We're gonna have to get into it next week because we're running out of time about this Cass Tech situation and this hate, this hate letter that they got.
Because he really probably got more hate. Because by the way, hate guy. They also got the coach of the year too. So you might want to write a letter on that one too. So we have more information for next week.
Yeah, like I said, you a coward. You used a coward name. You went about it the cowardly way. But we'll get into more details next week about this letter that this guy,
and congressman that came from Cass Tech.
So like I said, I believe he lost money on that situation.
I think it's deeper than that.
You think it's racial?
Yeah.
You think all right? We'll get into it next week. Any final words for today?
I'd like to thank Michigan State and thank Wayne State and definitely congratulate Thomas Welcher for the great job he did at Cass Tech this year.
Oh yeah,
and I'm proud of everybody at Cass Tech, the students included. Make me proud.
Exactly. Freshman. I love the freshman quarterback. Went out there, did his thing. Big shout outs to Cass Tech. Once again, good luck to Wayne State.
We need to give a shout out to the whole Detroit public school system. Yeah, exactly. We're proud of all of y'all.
Exactly, all of y'all. Okay, fans. Well, we're about to get up out of here until next week. I'm Will with the Water Cooler Guru. Feel free to join us every Sunday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., 88.1 FM, or you can join us at FM 88.1 WHPR.com. Until next week, peace and love.
Win some money.
Call in and get that money.
Thank you for tuning in to Detroit Sports Jersey. Until next week, same place, same time, Sunday at 10 a.m. on FM 88.1 WHPR, Power Talk Live Radio with your host Will and co-host the Water Cooler Guru. Live call-in number 313-868-3688. Live streaming at FM881WHPR.com. Straight sports talk, no professionals here. Have a great week.
FM 88.1 WHPR, Highland Park.